Good afternoon, Grizzlies, and welcome back to PGTV. Shreya Kuharadihi, a 7th grader at South Forsyth Middle School, provided art kits for the students who came through the county school's free meal pickup service. She distributed the kits to kids and families at Whitlow Elementary, bringing smiles to many faces. Swimming in jobless claims from the past month, the Georgia Department of Labor has deemed about half of them valid while still sorting through the rest. The department said Thursday, April 30th, that about 725,000 of Georgia's 1.37 million initial jobless claims processed since mid-March, or about half, have been deemed valid with enough earned wages. Officials say reasons vary from why the remaining 644,000 claims have been considered invalid, including that applications could potentially be eligible for pandemic unemployment assistance, which includes the self-employment gig workers, 1,099 independent contractors, employers of churches, employees of nonprofits, or with limited work history who do not otherwise qualify for state unemployment benefits. This includes cases where duplicate claims have been filed, identification has been requested, excessive weekly earnings have been reported, or child support stops have been issued. These claims require additional handling, and the GDOL is working diligently to address many of these stops, according to a Labor Department press release. Also, the Labor Department has reported that 444,195 Georgians have received their first payment, or about 62% of the valid claims. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on the United States Department of Agriculture's National Veterinarian Services Laboratories announced the country's first pet cases of coronavirus among 2 cats in New York. At the same time, the CDC has reported no evidence of animals playing a significant role in spreading COVID-19. Please keep your pets safe from the virus. The Ruby Tuesday restaurant in Dawson County has closed its doors permanently, as at the end of April, the location had been closed temporarily as March 31st due to lack of business, according to ex-employee Kelly Miller. But on April 21st, all employees at the location received an email stating that the restaurant would be closing permanently. Miller, who worked for Ruby Tuesday for 17 years, says that she reached out to corporate to ask about severance pay and received an email stating that no severance benefits would be offered. For the ex-employees of the restaurant, looking for jobs amidst the COVID-19 pandemic has been difficult, according to Miller. Right now, there are 30,671 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Georgia. While the lockdown is occurring, all shops and malls are now opening. With this happening, the numbers for the COVID-19 cases are more likely to rise. We would still recommend staying inside of your houses and wearing a mask if you leave the house. Former President Barack Obama will deliver a televised primetime commencement address for the class of 2020 during an hour-long event that will also feature LeBron James, Malala Yousafzai, and Ben Platt, among others. ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC will simultaneously air the special May 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern, along with more than 20 other broadcasts and digital streaming partners, according to the announcement Tuesday from organizers. After a long time, Angela Rodriguez goes back to school and earns a Master's of Education that becomes a teacher at 38. After she noticed all the things her children went through in middle school, she went to help and mentor those kids, happily teaching English language arts to 6th graders at South Forsyth Middle School. Rodriguez was voted for the Forsyth County's News Teacher of the Month for March.
Yes, Georgia is one of about 36 states that have begun to ease their restrictions. This state's beautiful sunshine is almost enough to forget about the dreadful pandemic. Some state parks are so busy that workers were only letting in 1 car at a time. People have come to normalcy amid the crisis. Health experts say that easing restrictions could have deadly consequences all throughout the state. Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp announced that they could reopen Georgia, though most businesses are still not sure they are ready. These businesses said they don't want to take the risk. Meanwhile, restaurants are saying they need to reopen or they may not be able to maintain their business. Some of Atlanta's biggest malls have reopened since May 4th. They are operating under strict rules like not being able to allow as much people into the food court. Each night, the malls will be thoroughly sanitized and disinfected to meet guidelines. Due to the reopening, Georgia's death toll is increasingly rising. Please be careful and stay at home, everyone.